Hello there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault and I'm super excited to bring you yet another exclusive review, and this time I have the beautiful Royal Enfield Scram 411 right behind me. It looks absolutely out of this world in the red and white attire. So what does the Scram 411 has on offer? How different is it from the Himalayan, and whether it is a perfect all-round motorcycle that you can cherish for life? The answer to that is what is coming up in this video. So without further ado, let's get started.
Against my intentions, I let you turn me violet instead. Summer high, met you in August. New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. White out skies, middle November. You and I, flights to wherever. I don't mind, as long as it's with you. As long as it's with you.
So this, my friend, is the Scram 411 as it reads right here, and it reads Himalayan Scram 411, clearly giving us an indication of the extension of the bloodline of the Himalayan series, or the lineage of the Himalayan series, that has kind of redefined people trying to get on their bikes and exploring the world unknown out there, and opened up a completely different dimension here in the Indian motorcycling scene by offering a true adventure dual sport motorcycle in the affordable category with all the equipment that you come looking for in a proper dual sport motorcycle. Now this is its scrambler cousin, where Royal Enfield are trying to offer the scrambler experience. Now, where does the word scrambler originate from? Now, if you do a little bit of research, 1920s, the British bikers used to race across different terrains with their bikes completely stripped off their panels, with on-road, off-road tires or dual sport tires, and making it super light, super fun on the run, and throwing around some dirt. It was all about having pure fun, and that's when one of the commentators kind of commented saying it's quite a scramble, and that is the point where the scrambler word was derived, and we see a whole fleet of scramblers now kind of flooding the market, right from the premium category right down to the affordable ones that we see right behind here. And this one is the most beautifully built scrambler that's available in the affordable price tag, is what I can say. Yes, we've had the SD scrambler, but it was not as impressive as the SD adventure bike. It still had a little bit of fine tuning to be done, but that's not the case with the scrambler Royal Enfield Scrambler 411 or Scram 411, where you see the fit and finish, the build quality is top notch. Now let's quickly turn around and look at the 6 important changes that differentiate this Scram 411 from its Himalayan elder sibling. First of all is the suspension travel. So the suspension travel on the Himalayan is 200 mm, whereas on this one it is 180 mm. So that is something you need to note for, and let me tell you, it is more than sufficient to tame any kind of terrain. So that is something I've already tested and experienced, and it is passed with flying colors. Also, you get 41 mm forks on both the bikes. Then the second important change is the tire. Now the Himalayan gets a 21-inch front wheel, but this one gets a 19-inch front wheel. Both of them get on-road, off-road tires, block pattern tires from Seat. The rear tire remains the same, 17-inch and 120 section rear tire to offer perfect agility and maneuverability through city traffic. Yet another change is the ground clearance. Now the ground clearance on the Himalayan is 220 mm, whereas on the ground clearance on the Scram 411 is 200 mm, which I feel is still more than sufficient to clear any kind of terrain that you might be tackling. You have a good quality metal bash plate right here, which is a good inclusion. Another change is the seat height. Now many people who wanted the seat height to be slightly lowered when compared to that available on the Himalayan. Their prayers have been answered. So the Himalayan gets a seat height of 800 mm. This one is 5 mm lower at 795 mm. So it is more easy for average height riders and shorter riders to feel comfortable on this. And the seat is super premium quality, super comfortable, and just as much as comfortable as the Himalayan, and even more, you can say, because it's a single seat layout all the way. Himalayan gets a split seat layout. Tank capacity remains the same, and the engine remains the same. You have the same 411cc fuel injected, air cooled, or you can say oil cooled BS6 compliant engine that puts out 24.3 bhp of max power and 32 newton meters of max torque. We get a 5-speed gearbox with taller gear ratios, just like the Himalayan. The first 2 gears are super tall, and then the remaining 3 gears are good enough for cruising. So you can cruise at 100 kilometers per hour, is something that I've experienced while reviewing this. The brakes are good enough. Another change, another difference between this one and its Himalayan sibling, yeah, that continues, is the brakes. Now we do get dual channel ABS. The brakes are same, 300 mm up front and a disc at the back. You do get dual channel ABS on both the bikes, but on the Himalayan you get switchable ABS, which means you can switch off ABS on the rear wheel, but you don't get switchable ABS on the Scram 411, which is kind of a downer, because you want to throw around some dirt, you want to pull off some drifts on this. I wish they had offered it at least as an afterthought. If they can include it as an add-on accessory, it will be great. Another important change is the headlamp. Now the headlamp on the Himalayan is fixed. It doesn't turn with the handlebar, whereas this one turns with the handlebar, which makes it super convenient, especially to tackle corners. So the fit and finish on this, especially the matte white paint scheme along with the matte red, is the best in class fit and finish that I've seen. Super premium quality, and that's a statement they've been making with all their motorcycles, so that this one is no exception. You also get a lifted up upswept exhaust to tackle dirt tracks. The tail lamp remains the same as that of the Himalayan. You also get again the air drill. Okay, so the tail lamp remains the same as the Himalayan. The turn indicators doesn't change, do not change, which is kind of a downer. Again, it's about time they started offering LED turn indicators. Even the headlamp, I believe, is a standard halogen one. It's not LED. I believe it's about time they started offering LED lighting all around. The handlebar is yet another champ. I mean, nice and wide and perfectly set, such that you can stand tall and ride effortlessly, and very comfortable seating. Ergonomics are perfectly sorted, and the foot pegs do get open teethed foot pegs. So that is another thing off-road junkies like me come looking for. So you can remove the rubber and get more grip while tackling extreme off-road terrains, while jumping and drifting. So this is a must. You have to remove this and make sure you have better grip on your legs, on your feet, with this rubber removed and the open teeth foot pegs utilized properly. And also you have the open teeth lever up front, which is a good inclusion. So overall, this is an overview of the Scram 411. The clutch is well laid out. You have aluminum levers for the clutch and brake. You have engine kill switch, hazard light switch as well. The speedo console again is minimized to reduce weight. Further, gone is the compass and the tachometer. You only have the speedometer with a digital console that offers fuel gauge and gear position indicator, and the speedo in kilometers per hour and miles per hour. So you have the odometer, and you have a tripper navigation. This is another difference between this and the Himalayan. So tripper navigation is optional on the Scrambler, whereas it comes as standard on the Himalayan. So 6 differences. Let me quickly run you guys through. The suspension travel, 180 mm here on the Scram, 200 mm on the Himalayan, 21-inch front wheel for the Himalayan, whereas 19-inch front wheel for the Scram. And seat height is 795 mm for the Scram, whereas 800 mm for the Himalayan. Ground clearance is 220 mm for the Himalayan and 200 mm for the Scram. and of course you don't get a split seat, we get a single seat layout. You also get kind of a dash mounted headlamp which moves with the handlebar, when compared to the standard headlamp setting on the Himalayan, which doesn't move with the handlebar. So that is the difference and overview of the Scram 411. Okay, now the big question, what is the pricing? The price is 2.03 lakhs for the Scram 411, which is a pretty decent pricing for the kind of equipment and the fit and finish and the experience this bike has on offer. Now let's not waste any more time, let's see how it fares on tarmac as well as off-road, and pushing it to the limits, whether there are any vibrations or not. The answers to all of that in my motovlog ride impression coming up right now. Okay guys, the moment of reckoning is here. The Scram 411, the super hyped motorcycle. Finally I get my hands on it. Super thanks to Royal Enfield for allowing me to get a comprehensive ride on this, such that I can test it to my heart's content and check out the quotient of fun. Scram means loads and loads of fun, so let's check out the kind of fun and thrill that this Scram has on offer. Okay, that was cool. That was super awesome. This is not about the top speed. Definitely never about the top speed. This is about having ultimate fun on the run. I mean, lightweight, super agile and nimble, and ultimate fun to ride. I mean, you can play around with it. The handlebar is so well set. The seat is super comfortable. The handling is so brilliant. I mean, it just sways with the breeze. It rides like a breeze, you can say. So this is what true scramblers are about. I mean, unleashing yourself. It's about experiencing true freedom. Just getting out there, be it on-road, off-road, just unwinding or opening a completely different realm where you unleash your freedom, your inner self, your inner soul, and rediscover freedom and the kind of joy and the kind of peace that life has on offer. Limitless love, limitless fun that the Scram has on offer. Yes, it's been a long wait for us Scram lovers or scrambler lovers. We've been hearing news that Royal Enfield is going to launch it. How is it going to be? The Himalayan has been a blockbuster success. They have been fine-tuning it and improving it every year. And would it be a Himalayan minus just the front windscreen, or would it be a different motorcycle altogether? Well, it is different by all means. Like, it's not a completely fresh motorcycle, but they have indeed given it a character of its own, and that's what matters. When it's a scrambler, it is something extraordinary, something different, something out of the box, something that laughs at convention, something that is ready to set you free. Okay, now about the ride impression. First of all, saddle super comfortable, handlebar perfectly set. That was always the case with the Himalayan. Center set foot pegs. You can stand up and ride effortlessly through the dirt, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. and of course the speedo is well laid out. The tripper navigation is not standard on this, it's optional, but because it's a media test ride vehicle, they've included all the bells and whistles on this one. The mirrors really do the job while riding through the street, but for a scrambler this becomes a hindrance, so I would suggest swap them with bar end mirrors if possible, because you don't want anything to come in between while you jump around with your scrambler. So that's what scrams are for. And then of course switches are well laid out. You get a hazard light switch, clutch feel is not too hard, brakes are good, you do get dual channel ABS as standard. Now one thing which is kind of a downer is that you can't turn off ABS on the rear wheel, which is available as an option on the Himalayan, so that is not available here. But anyway, this is loads of fun for those who wanted a lower seat height Himalayan. This is 795 mm, so average height riders out there, male or female, can feel much more comfortable. We've seen a lot of female riders taking into motorcycling, and for them this is a good starting point because it's not too heavy, it's nice and lightweight, looks super stylish, proper retro scrambler styling with all the modern elements and the vintage elements coming together in perfect harmony. The fit and finish of the speedo console is really good. You get a fuel gauge which is really good, and you get gear position indicator, speedo. You have the speedo in miles per hour and kilometers per hour. I missed the tachometer though, but either ways this scrambler is about minimizing the panels. I mean, stripping the bike of any excess weight, any unwanted panels or dead weight on the bike. So they've of course stripped it off all the panels. The headlamp now moves with the handlebar, so that is a good thing. For the Himalayan it doesn't. See, you don't have to you don't have to slow down for speed breakers. You can actually ride over them. That's the power of a scrambler. And again, the suspension travel is 180 mm on this when compared to 200 mm on the Himalayan, but still it feels tall enough and really glides over speed breakers or potholes effortlessly, and undulations and dirt roads are going to be a piece of cake for this. Refinement is really good even at top speed. No vibrations, because that is one big question mark every Royal Enfield launch happens. Now I think the plague of vibrations, you can say, the plague of vibrations on the Royal Enfield motorcycles has come to an end post the launch of the Himalayan and the 650 twins. They've really found the formula to refine their engines to the max, and the new J series engine from for the Meteor as well as the Classic has been a gem of an engine, zero vibrations, and this one is more fine-tuned than ever. Super refined even at 140 kilometers per hour, and super reassuring. Okay, so let's do a bit of off-roading on this trail. The first gear is taller. Beautiful road here, perfect for off-roading. A lot of loose sand, so gotta be a little watchful. But look at this, opens up a completely new dimension. Wow, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, so soothing and so amazing, so divine. This is a complete, this is called the Great Escape. There's an escape from all the chaos that the world has on offer. Just lost in a world of your own. Wow, this is amazing. This is what the scrambler is all about. Unlocking yourself, unwinding yourself, setting yourself free. Oh, wow, 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 wow. This is fun, ultimate fun. Even the 19-inch wheel does its part, offering superb grip through the dirt. Hey, this is so cool. Wow, a peacock. And off we continue on this trail. And this thing is so damn well equipped. The chassis or the suspension, the 41mm forks take any punishment you throw at them. The long travel suspension is ready to take on anything and everything that comes its way. Wow, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. My joy knows no bound. Oh, definitely would want to jump around on this one. Any terrain, rock or dirt or tarmac, this thing just takes it effortlessly. The sun is shining, greenery all around. Man, I needed this so badly. And the Scram 411 is my getaway dimension for the next few days. Just break free from the ordinary. You beauty. Big thumbs up from my side for Scram 411.